Hey yo, what you saying guys? It's your boy Richie Merkz back again for another video, and today, as you all know, World War III has been trending for about a couple days now. I don't know if this shit is real, right? Like, it's a bit far-fetched. I'd say it could be real. Like, it could actually be real. I saw some video about a time traveler. Apparently he came back from the future and now he's talking about it, so we're gonna react to that. First, I'm gonna be looking on Twitter and looking at all these memes that people have been making. Alright, so Twitter. Germany reviving Hitler for World War III. Hey, no, Hitler can stay dead, man. Hitler can stay dead. No, we don't want no Hitler back, fam. Man said, imagine though if they could actually revive people though. That would be mad, fam. Hitler needs to stay dead, fam. Alright, this one says World War III when the sergeant says fire the RPG. And this is me. Fire the RPG! Let's go! Run! Run, man! What the hell? Man said, wait, let's watch this again, please. Nah. Bro, I'm gone. If someone did that in the war, and it just dropped, like, man said, I'm gone. Alright, so now we're gonna be watching a time traveler apparently from 2075, and he apparently revealed details about World War III. And you know the crazy thing about it? It's real in the sense that he the video got uploaded in 2018. 2018. It's 2020 right now, so clearly if he says something that's real, that actually happened, maybe he's just lucky, but it could be true, you know? I don't know. Like, this world is mad. Like, you can't say, oh no, that's impossible, time travel's impossible. Like, you can't say that. Anyway, let's start. Time traveler, Michael Phillips. So he was born in 2043. So if he was born in 2043, does that mean... So he was born in 2043, so he came back to 2020, 2018. So that means that... That's crazy. So that means there's a multiverse out there and like some time continuum thing. I'm using fucking bloody Marvel analogy here. I'm not even gonna lie, but that means there's like dimensions and stuff like that. That's crazy. Just deep this. So if he's coming back and so say if it's 2043, right, 2075, whatever you want to call it, in the future, right, he could see me when I'm older, but when he comes back in time I'll be younger, which means if I traveled right now, time traveled into the future, I could see myself older, you know. That means there's multiple dimensions and all that, and there's a multiverse out there. What? Bro, do you know how mad that is if this is true? Like, I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, but this is some Back to the Future, Flash, Marvel, Time Stones type-ish going on here. I'm not gonna lie. Let's listen to this though.
My name is Michael Phillips.
Yep.
And I'm a time traveller.
Okay.
I was born in 2043. At the age of 18, I joined the army, had a few years there, and then I was recruited into the SAS, the 21st SAS Regiment to be exact.
Alright.
We carried out a number of missions in countries that I'm not allowed to name because I've signed the Official Secrets Act. And from there, I was contacted by a government department that called themselves Section 18. They told me they were a reconnaissance unit. However, it turned out to be something quite different. So I was then transferred to MOD Bloscombe Down, and there they took me to a hangar, and in that hangar I saw this 8-foot sized spheroid object. I was then briefed on what this object actually was. Turns out it was a time machine. This time machine.
So a time machine is about 8 foot, basically. So them basketballers are gonna have trouble time traveling. I'm 6'3", so that means it's just like a bit taller than me. Like, probably like, I say here, but that's cap. It's like just about like next to my ceiling. I mean, that's quite big.
It uses 2 micro singularities, one at the top and one at the bottom, to power the craft.
Yeah.
Into it creates a gravimetric distortion.
Yeah.
And distortion then tears a hole in time-space.
Shit.
What you consider as UFOs are actually time-space craft.
You know what I'm thinking right now? You see, I don't, like, not all of you live in my area, right? But like, if you're from London, remember that bang sound? That bang sound, like, it was in the middle of the night, like probably like 3 AM, and everyone was talking about it on Twitter and everything, like in London. You remember that, right? Like, that could be a time traveler or a time machine. Like, you don't know. Like, they said, oh, it's a fighter plane jet going past the speed of light, broke the sound barrier, whatever. Bro, that could have been a time traveler. This is what I mean as well. Like, you don't, how, like, see, outside right now, how would we know who is a time traveler and who is not? Like, there could be people walking around, but they're from like bare far ahead in the future. Like, I mean, you don't know, innit? Like, there's, it's mad, like, thinking like this.
Have the ability to travel in space.
It's crazy.
And also time. Many UFOs that you do see in the skies are in fact time travelers.
Yep.
My time at Boston Down, I embarked on a number of missions. The first was to the year 2138.
2138.
Which was very interesting because it was not at all like I know the Earth to be now. In fact, it was rather polluted.
Polluted?
And people are quite tribal.
Tribal?
And it wasn't a pleasant place to be. Anyway, a little bit more about my time, 2075. All in all, it's not bad. There were a number of Earth changes, which I do want to warn you about, which did change the Earth.
This guy keeps pausing bears. I don't know if I believe him, but we'll see.
Continued.
Global warming
The
continued.
major governments of the world did nothing to do to change that at all. So this is kind of a plea to change your ways. Another time traveller from, I think it was 2038, he came back. His name was Tito.
Tito?
He came back to 2000, I do believe.
2000? Tito?
And
that's a weird name.
Thankfully stopped a civil war in America, which was supposed to kick off in 2008.
What?
However, he got involved with the American intelligence authorities and the counterfeit program there.
I don't get that, because you're telling me, basically, you're trying to say like he went back in time and stopped a civil war, right, in America. But if you go back and stop a civil war in America, does that mean that your timeline changes? Like, bro, I don't know if you guys are with me in this here. Like, this is a proper deep video right now, but this is how I normally think. Like, I think deeply. Like, you probably don't know me like that, but I think deeply if you know me. But like, if he goes back in time, right, to the Civil War and fixes it or whatever he does to it, how does that change the timeline, in the sense that his time, his time that he was born in, the Civil War would still already been happened? Or does that mean there's only one timeline? Like, it's bare mad. Like, that doesn't make sense. Let's go.
And it was decided that America needed a single unifying event to bring the country together and to avert a civil war. And that event was 9/11.
Man said. I mean, everyone pretty much knows and says that it was done by America, the government, and that, like.
Tour went back, I do believe, May of 2001, just before the happened. So that's what happened there, and he did change the timeline, so the Civil War in 2008 didn't happen. More towards where we are now, where I am in 2018, which is odd because it's the first time I've travelled backwards in time, I've always travelled forwards. There is a limited nuclear exchange in 2019, March of 2019. That does involve North Korea. They attempt to launch a nuclear missile at Honolulu in Hawaii, and then the US responds with 2 cruise missile, nuclear-laden missiles to Pyongyang and takes that out. So Kim Jong-un was no more at that point, and a lot of his government was taken out too. With the turmoil that ensued after that.
See, this is the thing, what this guy is talking about. Like, he said Kim Jong-un is no more. What does that mean? I mean, he's dead, because he's not dead right now in our timeline. Unless this guy has gone to another timeline. That's what I'm saying. Like, it might be like a multiverse thing. Like, it might not, like, every timeline might be different. Like, you don't know exactly where you know, like, oh my days!
World War III did start in 2020. It was a limited war though, thankfully. It only lasted 3 years. China and Russia were against the UK,
The UK?
America, and a few other countries.
UK?
And all in all, it was a very fast but brutal war. Countless millions were killed.
I mean, I ain't dying today.
In a very limited capacity. Very limited, thankfully. Just battleground nuclear weapons. What else can I tell you?
Tell me everything.
2022, California, LA to be exact, is
LA.
hit by what they termed the big one.
That's not
very,
big.
very massive 10.2 magnitude earthquake there, which completely decimated the city. It actually cracked the fault line straight across California, and as a result, California sits a good 10 feet lower than it used to. With rising sea levels, that did cause California and surrounding areas to be flooded and to no longer be habitable for people. People had to move out. What else can I tell you?
This is
Donald
crazy.
Trump, he clung to power for 2 terms, tried for 3. However, he was impeached and he was finally got rid of.
Oh.
Then you had...
But you know that Donald Trump thing, I swear he was about to get impeached, but then he didn't, and this is going to be his 2nd year now, so he might get impeached in the 3rd. So this guy, like, if he's actually a time traveler and this is true, that's crazy.
Oprah Winfrey, believe it or not, to try and run for presidency.
Oprah Winfrey.
She was not successful.
Of course not.
There was a man called Michael McIntosh who actually succeeded.
Okay.
I'm not sure if his name that's about at the moment, but that was in the mid to late 2020s. On the plus side, in the mid 2020s, we did land on Mars. We had the first man on Mars, which was good. It wasn't by NASA at all, it was by SpaceX and Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah.
They sent a number of missions up there in the early 2020s to prepare for the manned mission to Mars. By 2032, there was a lunar and Martian base.
Damn.
And towards when I was born in 2043,
Yeah.
we were beginning to make commercial efforts to reach out to the solar system to mine the asteroids and the moons of Jupiter for resources. So there are quite a lot of trillionaires in my time who own their own space stations.
Trillionaires, you know.
They are very powerful people. You don't want to cross them.
Trillionaires. Of course they're powerful.
A bit more about the time travel project itself. As you can imagine, in my time, when I was born in 2043, up until I joined the program in 2075, there was a lot of money about. Trillions upon trillions upon trillions. I couldn't even guess how much money in the world.
See, that's the thing now. You know, money, like, if there's trillions coming about, like, there's a lot for everyone to grab, you know? So I suggest you get on your grind while you can and, like, get into those positions where you can grab the money easily, you know what I mean?
The solar system. So endeavours such as time travel were more and more possible. I have travelled numerous times in the future, and I'll tell you about one time now. I stepped into the craft, which is an 8-foot wide sphere. It uses two dual positive singularities, one at the top, one at the bottom, like I've said before, and it creates a distortion in time-space via gravimetric forces.
Yeah, you said that.
It is, how can I say, it utilises the singularities and forces the energy inwards for the time travel aspect. If you want to travel in space, you create a gravimetric wave outside of the sphere itself, and you can ride on that wave and get to a location in space very, very quickly.
Makes sense.
In terms of one of the times I went forward in time, let me just try and pick an interesting one. Yes, I went to the 2432.
2432?
And the world, thankfully,
was tripping.
Different again, but it was different in a positive aspect. The atmosphere and pollution, that was all cleaned up, thank God. It was very nice.
No, where Doctor Who at? I'm trying to time travel, but I'm trying to time travel too. Like, if I'm gonna die in like 100 years, 80 years, how many years time, I'm trying to see everything. I'm trying to time travel to different times.
It's actually very green. There's lots of flowers everywhere. Everyone appeared to speak English. However, I'm not sure if that was them speaking English or they had some kind of implant where they could understand English or speak in their language and you understood their language or what. Buildings were exceptionally tall. They were just huge glass towers. There were numerous cars which were flying and travelling in what I assume were highways in the sky. People were friendly, they were open, they weren't afraid to come up to you and say, hi, who are you, where are you from? I think they were quite used to having time travellers because when I said I was from 2075, they didn't appear to be all that shocked. I certainly would have been shocked at the time if I would have known time travellers about. What can I say about time travel itself? Time travel itself, well, back in, I think it was 1947, the US government captured a time-space craft. And this craft...
The thing is, yeah, I'm reacting like this because, low-key, I know all this. I know these niggas have fucking alien spacecrafts and shit. Niggas have everything, bro. 100% they're hiding it. 100% they have all this rubbish, man. I'm trying to get me an alien gun and some time travel and some space boots or some shit. I'm trying to...
Just to figure out what he couldn't and can actually do. They tried to retrofit some supermagnets onto a ship one time, I do believe. And unfortunately that did not go well. It did not travel in time. It travelled in space. It travelled approximately 30 or 40 kilometres down the coast. And when they did find this ship, this US Navy frigate, all the crew members were fused into the ship.
What?
And it wasn't a nice sight, so they hadn't quite perfected it back then. Officially, time travel was invented and perfected in
1975.
There were a number of operatives who went backwards in time mainly because they wished to try and change various historical events such as World War II. However, they were not successful whatsoever. In fact, a lot of their efforts were making the changes and making what happened a lot worse.
Probably.
So if you've got any questions about what I see in the future, I think that you'd be more interested.
Questions? I'm trying to come with you! I'm trying to come with you! What the hell?
Do another video and say, right, this is what's happened. Thank you.
I'm trying to come with you. What do you guys think? Cause like, that's crazy to me. That is crazy. I think I said what I think I've said everything that I need to say. I can't lie in the video, so I'm not gonna add stuff at the end. But what do you guys think about this? Like the video, comment down below what you guys think, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, let's talk in the comment section. Peace.